Kia ora Aotearoa. Angus Hines here taking a look at the weather this weekend. Now before we get into it, I would like to say that just in the last hour or so, Met Service has issued a red severe weather warning for heavy rain this weekend through Canterbury. We have a full video at our website, and of course you can read the full detailed warning for some very impactful weather, some very heavy rain through Canterbury this weekend. Now a broader look at the whole nation's weather. For now, on Friday, there's a band of cloud and showers crossing over, but looking out to the west, you see quite a lot of gaps, and that spells quite a lot of clear sky, quite a lot of sunshine for many places on Friday afternoon to round out the working week. But Saturday sees rain return for a lot of places. This low deepens to the west of the North Island. It brings some decent wind, but more importantly, it brings some rain to almost all areas. Initially, it's sort of focused on the North Island, but as we get to the end of Saturday and we're looking at the dark blue, heavy rainfall signals, that's when you can start to see them piling in to Canterbury. So what does that mean for the upper north? Well, rain for most in the morning, potentially right as you get out of bed, or maybe developing through the morning before lunchtime. The rain is generally moving from the northwest to the east. So the second half of the day, the rain sets in for these eastern areas. It stays very soggy through Bay of Plenty and Gisborne, but at the same time, it will be clearing up overhead for some of these western places. It doesn't clear to a fine afternoon though. Even when that leading band of wet weather is through, there will still be further showers for all of these places through the second half of Saturday, and the potential is there for some of those showers to be heavy with thunder and hail. So quite an active day, quite a disruptive day for the weather, a little bit of everything for most of these areas. Now, Taranaki is looking at rain all day, and you could also see thunderstorms there, but the other places, it's becoming cloudy in the morning, then the rain's arriving around about lunchtime. The second half of the day here is fairly wet, widespread wet weather through the afternoon and early evening. Some places, though, that rain will clear up before the end of it, so Whanganui, Palmerston North, Paraparaumu, probably all becoming dry again in the evening hours. However, it is going to rain into the following morning for Hawke's Bay, Wairarapa, and maybe Wellington too. Rain is certainly the story of the weekend for this part. Initially, it's heavy rain around Nelson on Saturday morning, and we have got a warning in place there. As Saturday moves on, the heavy rain slides down this east coast through Marlborough. You get a wet afternoon, and eventually settling into Christchurch and the rest of Canterbury. By the evening, it is certainly Canterbury bearing the brunt of the wet weather. It will be very wet indeed there. For the other side of the country, it is cloudy with some scattered rain around, but not seeing nearly as much wet weather along the west coast as you are in any or all of these eastern places. A cool day for the lower south with a southerly wind. It's going to be partly or mostly cloudy for the entire day, and there will be some showers as well. They're pretty sparse in the morning, but as the rain band further north comes closer, the showers do fill in. So generally tending to a wet afternoon and evening. And for Timaru in particular, at night that rain will set in and become heavy. And that is also part of the red weather warning for the second half of Saturday and Sunday. Speaking of which, let's take a look at Sunday. 2 key points. The low doesn't move that much, stays west of the North Island. Second key point, this rain band doesn't move that much. We have persistent heavy rainfall signals through this part of the country on Sunday. It is going to be certainly very wet with potential for flooding down there. North Island, it's a brighter day overhead, more places getting some sunshine, and the main rain band moves off very early. So early wet weather, Wairarapa, Hawke's Bay, Wellington clears up around about sunrise. Then it should be pretty good for this part of the nation with some passing cloud. Anyone north of about Whanganui is going to be seeing passing showers throughout the day, but should also get some good breaks of sunshine in there. So all in all, bit of a $2 mixture. As for the south, well, of course, this is the key message, the persistent heavy rain in Canterbury, flooding, burst riverbanks and shut roads are all possibilities through Canterbury on Sunday. So do take care and do follow any advice from local authorities and emergency management. Elsewhere, you see, to the northern part of the South Island, you're above the rain band at this point, so a couple of showers, but generally quite bright there. It will continue to be cloudy with intermittent wet weather down in the south, and the west coast gets a bit of a mix, some clouds, some sun, and some rainfall as well. So stay on top of your local forecast, and if you're in Canterbury, definitely read up on that red severe weather warning. All of that is at metservice.com. I'm back on Monday, but for now, kia pai te rā, whakatā.